Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are here to talk about credibility. My name is Michelle Calloway. I'm the founder and CEO of Revealio Software and Media Solutions, and I'm also the founder of Tech with Heart Foundation, which also is part of the Tech with Heart Network, which is all about empowering business success in a digital era. So what we do is we come alongside entrepreneurs and small business owners to enlighten and support and educate and empower and then help them to embrace technology so that they can stay relevant and competitive for long-term success, especially when it comes to doing business online. But our focus when we talk about use of technology in business is how we can use technology to enhance our human relationships, because our customers are people and not technology. So we don't want to lose sight of the human connection factor when we're thinking and embracing technology in our business. So that is what Tech with Heart is all about. And we do have a TV show. And one of the things that I've been hearing when I've been interviewing business owners on the TV show, when they feel that they are indeed ready for that level of publicity and positioning as an authority in their niche, is that they don't end up making a lot of money from that positioning because they unfortunately don't have their foundation set up properly to easily convince potential clients that they are the real deal and worthy of doing business with them. So just like building a house, you first need to start with building the foundation, and then you get to build the structure, and then you get to the point where you're able to decorate that structure and make it even more attractive, in this case, to potential clients. So we're going to talk about the foundation, we're going to talk about the structure, and then we're going to talk about the decorations. If you are on this webinar and you already have established credibility and you're doing well for your business online, then stay tuned, because one of the things Revealio is known for is our innovative and disruptive approach to marketing. So tips 6 and 7 are going to be the bling, bling, bling of the decorations of your foundation and your structure. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. And so that's going to be towards the end of the webinar. So trust me, you're going to be thrilled with what we're going to share with you. So just stay tuned. Let's get started. So as you are probably fully aware, more businesses are doing business online than ever before because of COVID. For instance, we are not able to have as many brick and mortar stores. So everybody's fighting for attention online. So there is essentially a sea of digital noise that we business owners need to break through in order to get the attention that we need. And what we're seeing is that a lot of businesses are losing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per year, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, because their customers are going to their competitors. So they essentially lack competitive advantage so that they can set themselves apart from their competition effectively, so that people easily understand why they should go with them versus somebody else online. So yes, we are going to talk about what sets you apart. You have to differentiate yourself professionally in a way that makes people go, oh yeah, I want to work with this person versus that person. So we're going to talk about that. The first thing, number one, the first way that you can build credibility online is to make sure you have a solid brand. Your brand says so much about you. And yeah, no, it's not just a logo. Your brand is not just a little icon that you paid somebody $5 for on Fiverr. Your logo is a part of your brand, but it is only a small increment of your brand. So what does a brand entail? A brand entails your company culture. Essentially, you want people to understand all of these things here that we're going to go over. Who are you? Your brand is going to help people understand who you are. They're also going to help, the brand is going to help them understand who you serve. Okay, so that all needs to be very clear to them so they can identify that they are indeed a good fit for what you have, or what you have is a good fit for them. And then what is it that you are going to provide them? Is it going to be a product? Is it going to be a service? Because your company culture, who you are, who you serve, and what you provide is all going to be part of your messaging, your core messaging, your mission, if it were, or your main messaging online. And then the ultimate question is, why should they choose you? So this is what we call the unique differentiator. Your brand needs to have a unique differentiator so that people understand clearly why you versus anybody else. All right, so that is number one, brand. So number two is you need to have a good website and also professional social media profiles online. You don't need to have social media profiles on every social media platform, but you definitely need to have it on at least one. I highly recommend two. The two that I recommend the most for most business owners are LinkedIn and Facebook, because LinkedIn is more business centric and Facebook is more business centric, but it's also more social. So if you want people to learn that they can know, like, and trust you, they also want to see what kind of a human being you are, not just all about business, 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 but they also want to know a little bit about you as a person. So yeah, social media. When it comes to your website, the number one thing that you need to make sure your website has is security. This is called an SSL certificate. Have you ever gone and typed in somebody's web address and found this? No, you don't want that to happen on your website. That is a big, huge red flag, and nobody's going to want to do business with somebody who doesn't even have a secure website. So SSL certificate is an absolute must as of 2019, sorry. Apple even made it so that they won't forward on iPhones. If you typed in a URL that was not secure, you'll get this warning on an iPhone, and they will not allow the person to go to the website unless they click on a few boxes down there in the small writing that lets them to make sure that they're keeping people safe. So security, privacy, all of those things are hugely important. So please make sure that your website is secure through an SSL certificate. And when it comes to your website, you want to make sure it has a professional appearance. What does that mean? Well, if you're going to have graphics on there, you want your graphics to feel very timely and relevant and easy to decipher, and good lighting and good spatial distancing from other things so that your website doesn't appear cluttered. You want to have a professional appearance. And if you want to know what a professional appearance is, just Google good website design, okay? You want to clearly identify your purpose, meaning your brand. So your branding elements need to be all over your website. Identify your purpose so people can relate to you. And then you're going to want to make it so that they can find out how to contact you easily. And people go to your website normally because they're looking for more information. So yes, your website serves multiple purposes, but when somebody wants to learn whether or not to choose you over your competitor, you want to make sure that you have relevant information on your website, that they can easily contact you, and that they understand why you do what you do. And then you want to have at least one clear call to action. And when I say that, if you want people to opt in for more information about a particular topic, then you're going to want to have that one call to action button be pretty high on the website page, so that that's one of the first things they see. And you're not going to want to have too many call to action buttons on your web page, because the more you make somebody have to fish around for what it is they're looking for, then they're going to bounce. They call it bounce. They're not going to want to stick around. So you want to have people spend time on your website. So if you have multiple topics you want to talk about, you want to section off those that information by it's called segmenting your audience, providing different pages for different topics so that you're not overwhelming the user with all of that information on one page. So a clear call to action on your website page. And then of course you want to make sure your information is up to date. If you have information on your website, especially your landing page, your main landing page that has not been updated since 2017, you need to take the time to update it so that it looks as though you're active, okay? That's a very important rule. Don't make it look as though you were stale. Yeah, stale. You don't want to be stale. All right, so on your social media profiles, these are the things that you should have. You should have a short bio written that attracts clients. And what that looks like or sounds like is that when somebody clicks on your bio, you don't want to just say Michelle Calloway, CEO of Revealio, because that means nothing to them. But if it says Michelle Calloway can help you shine so bright that you will attract clients and make sales even while you sleep, that's a lot more appealing. So that's the kind of a short bio that you'd want to put in your social media profiles. And also you can list some of the wins that you've had to help build up your credibility as far as your expertise. Put how many years you've been doing something. That's always a good qualifier. So, but keep it short, all right? Don't go on and on and on. Nobody likes anybody that drones. And you want to make sure your headshot is recent. This is a lot like dating, guys. Think about it that way. If you put a headshot on your web or your social media profile and it makes you look young and your hair is all nice and dark or super long, and then somebody meets you and you're a lot older than you appeared in the headshot, and then your hair is gray and it's short, then they're going to think, is this the same person? See, it doesn't give them that sense of authenticity. So keep your headshot recent, and that means like 6 months or less. Get a headshot done often and update it. And that's also, every time you get a new headshot, it's another opportunity for you to be out there and positioning yourself as a business owner by letting people know, hey, here's my new headshot. So it's a great tool. And you want to have continuity on your social media pages with your images and the message that you're putting out there. So from your website to your social media profiles and through all your different social media profiles, you want continuity throughout all of them. That will help you have more credibility because people won't be so confused as to who you are, what you're about. All right, step 3, get verified by Google. Now, Google is like the biggest search engine out there, so you want them to believe that you are indeed authentic, and you want to go through the steps to get verified. And it's super easy. Now, the easiest way to get verified by Google and also elevate your business in their search engine is to go ahead and go to Google My Business. Actually, go to Google and type in Google My Business. In that, you will be set up with a free, what they call mini site. It's like a little tiny version of your website, but it's hosted for free by Google. And in that little mini website, you'll be able to provide photos of your business. You'll be able to provide testimonials. You'll be able to provide videos of your business, and you'll even be able to have people rate you on your business. And what these things do is that it improves your SEO. So SEO, for those of you who don't know the term, is search engine optimization. Since Google is like the biggest search engine in the world, having a mini website hosted and verified by Google will help you rank higher on certain keywords that are related to your business when anybody is searching for something in your realm. You'll make more sales because of the fact that you are being introduced to more people by Google. They're spoon feeding you now to others that are interested in your services. And you also get free publicity. And what that means is that every time you have a new something to announce, you have a launch coming up, or you have a new offer, you have a new product, or you have a new update for your business, Google essentially gives you like a blogging platform right on your new little mini site that you can put out there to the world, and it's free publicity on the largest search engine in the world. So did I tell you I can't recommend this enough? Because that is definitely the case. Go to Google My Business and create a mini site. Once you're creating your mini site, you're going to be asked to verify your business. And what this looks like is you click on that Verify Now button, and Google will send you a postcard in the mail at the business address that you say that you are providing business out of. And that legitimizes you as a business. And when you get that card, you'll have a little code on there that you'll go back into Google and you will type in that code, and then all of a sudden you're verified with Google. It's a pretty easy process. They just want to validate that you are indeed a real business. Once you get verified by them, then they serve you up even more as a higher ranking business in their SEO. So that's a win-win. Number 4, the fourth way to build credibility online is to get social proof out there. Now, this takes on multiple forms, but one of the easiest ways to get social proof out there is to ask people to review your business. This is for those who are so thrilled with the service that you've provided or the product that you ask them to right away after the sale or after the fulfillment of the sale, then you ask them to please rate you on Google. Or there's other platforms, there's Yelp. We're going to go over that in a second. So social proof is key. You're going to want to have proof from other people that you're as awesome as you know you are, but it's not coming from your mouth, it's coming from theirs. So you can even guide them as to what you want to say. So for instance, if I have multiple different services I'm providing, but I need some more like reinforcement in this one particular area, I can ask one of my clients to write a review about that particular type of service and what it did for them. And then that helps me reinforce different aspects of my business. And so give them as much guidance as far as what it is you would like them to say. And, you know, hopefully they'll do the 5-star thing, because that's, you're only asking for people who are really super satisfied with your business to rank you, because you want a 5-star rating. And places where you can get these reviews put out there into the world is indeed Google. The Google My Business has a rating system right there. You can create a Yelp account, which is great if you have a product as well. And LinkedIn, believe it or not, LinkedIn does these things called recommendations. You can actually send requests out to people from LinkedIn asking them to give you a recommendation. And now social media, Facebook is starting to really step up the game on social media business pages and even some groups for you to review or rate the business through their social media there. And then of course, you're going to want to list these reviews on your website as reinforcements of your credibility. And that can look in like different ways. You can have images with the actual review underneath it as a graphic on your website. You can actually have Google's reviews fed into your website through an integration tool, or you can even ask people to create video testimonials. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So this is my website and my speaker page, and I had one of my friends that I spoke at on her stage. I asked her to write or do a review for me about my speaking capability. And then I went ahead and created a section on my website so that that video is on my website, and I highlighted some of the keywords that she said. So I'm, you know, hot, hot, hot. And you'll see over there on the left, what I did is I hyperlinked her name and I listed her business name. So essentially, if you do video testimonials for somebody, then, and they will put it on their website, you're actually getting cross promotion. So it's a win for everybody. She did me a solid by reviewing me, and then I did a positive reinforcement back by listing her with a hyperlink so that people can go learn more about her right from my website. But this is, I asked her to kind of just speak about why I was different as a speaker, and this is some of the things that she did.
Hey there, it's Katrina Sawa here, the Jumpstart Your Biz Coach with jumpstartyourmarketing.com and sacspeaker.com. And I have the pleasure of having Michelle Calloway with Revealio speak at my Sacramento Speaker and Entrepreneur Network meeting recently. And boy, does she have a power-packed presentation. If you are...
Do you see what she did there? She actually went on and on about her own business. Like, she set the stage as far as, this is who I am, this is what I do. She listed both of her businesses, and she even listed how you know, the URLs to go to her business. She did all that before she gave the review. So it really is a good cross promotional tool. And you'll notice down here, by the way, on my footer, this is my website footer, I have this little review area here that is it's an integration tool that we put into our website so that the latest reviews on Google show up here in my footer. So no matter what page you are on my website, you can always see these reviews. So that's another great way to gain credibility. Number 5, and this is the meat and potatoes part of your credibility piece, is to publish written content. And there's multiple ways you can write, and we're going to go over those, but this is where you really start elevating yourself out of just being an ordinary stand, and that you're validating yourself, you're validating the fact that you have the knowledge to help them, and you also are able to help them along the way through different ideas, then you're going to want to write content. In that content, you're going to be able to offer your expert opinion and give insights into what you know. You're not giving away the whole farm. You're just giving them insight into what you know. And you're providing them with helpful tips. And you're also adding value to them by writing things like articles and blogs. And you're going to set yourself apart because let's just say you're a mechanic. If you want people to choose your mechanic shop over all the competitors that are out there, it's not going to be only about price. It's going to be about value. So if you write articles about the 3 things you need to know about, tire pressure, and then that's going to set you apart when they look at and they compare you to others and they find out that you have a blog and you're writing regularly, then they're going to say, wow, but this person over here is going to give me so much more because I'm gaining all this knowledge about these things that I don't know about. So that's a win. And you're going to obviously influence more sales by being a thought leader and setting yourself apart. So first way and easiest way to write and publish written content is to do a blog. All the blog is essentially is writing like an article type, publication, and you're going to put it on your website. You should always include images and videos and links so that your blog is attractive and interactive. And those links are going to hopefully be able to provide even more value. So let's just say you're referencing something inside of your blog. You're going to want to provide a hyperlink to that reference to help reinforce and support what you're saying in the blog. Videos are very, very helpful because they are stories, essentially. Story within a story. You're going to want to blog because it's super great for SEO. When I first got started in business and I was starting to go into this realm of augmented reality marketing, that's how we got started. I wrote a blog about using augmented reality for business cards, making business cards come alive. And I put that in my blog, and lo and behold, months later, I got a call from Inc. magazine asking to do an interview with me because they read my blog. Ta-da! I was so excited. So yes, blogs are tremendous for SEO and they drive traffic to your website. In fact, some of our blog posts are ranking higher than our homepage. So SEO is super powerful on your blogs. And here's a couple of platforms you can do blogs on for free. WordPress and Medium. Those are the top 2 blogging platforms that are free, but you can also put them on LinkedIn. So what we do is we write a blog, put it on our WordPress site, and we also use we just copy and paste the exact same content over on LinkedIn as an article. Rather than just a post, which is like a social media post, you want to actually put it on as an article. And LinkedIn values that information way higher than just a traditional post, and it'll push it out to more of the people that are related to the keywords that you put in there. So that's a big win. These are all free. So you can create presentations and webinars. And again, you're going to want to include images, videos, and links because people love it when there's visual stimulation and also interaction. These presentations and webinars will influence sales while you sleep. So a lot of times when people go to your website, say you're sleeping and somebody else in a different part of the world, they're on your website, they're looking around, and then they see one of your presentations. The presentation can go into a deeper explanation of what it is you're trying to share with them, and that'll help them to, it'll debunk any of the questions that they may have in their mind, and it helps them to be able to say yes easier. You can put these presentations and webinars, of course, on your website. You can actually create opt-ins so that people can only access this level of information if they give you their name and their email. You can also create a video out of these presentations. Let me just get a drink of water here. You can put that video on YouTube. So anybody that happens to be on your YouTube channel can also learn more about the value of what it is you're sharing. And then of course on social media, you want to do watch parties. If you've got a presentation that's, 30 minutes long, but it's a deeper dive into your business and why your special sauce is the one thing that they need, then do watch parties on social media for free. Now here's the real big one, the press release. This is what businesses should be doing, but most that I've talked to have never done. They've been in business maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years even, and they've never done a press release. Wow, huh? So if you have a launch coming up, if you have an excellent product and people need your product for specific reasons, if you write about that and then do a press release, then you're getting exposure to the world in a way that really impresses them. And of course, if you're able to include images, videos, and links in your press release, which syndicated press releases will allow you to do on the higher level, more extensive press releases, but those things really grab attention and drive traffic to your website. Press releases attract earned publicity. Remember I said that my blog got recognized by Inc. magazine and they reached out to me and asked to do an interview on me? Press releases can do the same thing. If reporters are looking for a specific expert in a specific industry and you've done a press release, then that's getting picked up by the major news networks, and reporters are going to see that and they're going to feel that you are indeed, validated as an expert, and they're going to come to you and ask more questions. And then they potentially could be writing a story about you, which gives you what we call earned publicity, meaning you didn't necessarily pay for them to report about you, but because of the press release that you did put out there, they're coming to you now. You're the expert, you're the go-to. So that's a huge win. You're extending your reach beyond just regular advertising. You're now in the news media. That's huge. If you are an expert in your niche, then I highly recommend writing a book. I'm sure you've heard this. Oh, publish a book. Everybody will come to you and be your client. Well, that actually is the case if you market it correctly. But if you write a book and you publish yourself and become an expert in your industry and what is that? I'm so sorry, my brain just went completely blank. Have you ever had that happen? If you publish a book and become a best-selling author, that is a huge draw to you. If you're a mechanic and you've written a book in your niche that explains the different things that people need to know about taking care of their car, and none of your other competitors have done that, then boy, oh boy, has that just set you up like on a mountaintop compared to them. So yes, write a book if you can and use it as a marketing tool. So what I've seen a lot of business owners do, a lot of experts, is they use their book as a lead magnet. Essentially what that means is that they offer their book for potential clients as a free gift if all the client does is pay for the shipping. Then what that does is it gets them into their sales funnel, and then they upsell them along the way. So you get them in with the free offer, which is your book, which is a value, and then you can upsell to your services or other products along the way. It's a big win. You can leverage your influence this way. Again, you set yourself apart, and it's great for SEO. Oh my goodness. If your book is on Amazon and it has anything to do with it, the title has your business name in it or your name on it, ding, 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 you're coming up on the search engine results really high. Excuse me, I apologize. And also what happens if you are an author and you put out there on social media that you just got, bestseller status, blah, 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 you're going to get more interest in people interviewing you than ever before. So have you ever noticed, like on the late night shows like Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Kimmel, or Stephen Colbert, a lot of the guests that they have on the show, they're having them on the show around the time when their book launches. So that is a great way to get interviews, which of course, now that you're being interviewed on media, whether it be social media, TV, or whatnot, it really elevates you, which gives you even more credibility. These are all solid ways to raise your level of influence and credibility online. All right, here's where it gets really super exciting. So if you are doing all of those previous things, this is where the real decoration gets to start happening in that structure that you're building when we're referring to your home. So if you have established your website presence and you've got your social media going and you're doing sales online, then now is the time to take things to the next level and get featured on TV and on radio. And what that does is it starts elevating you to be a celebrity in other people's eyes. So one of the ways you can do that is to get interviewed as an expert. There's multiple ways you can get interviewed. You can get interviewed on social media, like over a Facebook Live by some other expert thought leader in your industry. You can get interviewed and be broadcast out over podcast radio and also TV. What this does is it provides the social proof of your authority, because now somebody else is positioning you as an expert and interviewing you because you know so much more about what you know. So they're looking to you to share your knowledge with the world. So it really is a good positioning tool. And it gives you that celebrity status that we're all seeking. You know, when we've been doing business for a while, we want to be seen as like the top expert in the industry. You know, we want to set ourselves apart, be on that mountaintop and shine bright and attract others to come to us. So it's one to many at this level, create that celebrity status. I want to show you an example of a friend of mine who I interviewed her on my TV show. And she went to the next level, and she actually presented herself on TV by taking a video of herself on TV and creating a little snippet about it. And then she put it on her social media post and told all her tribe, because she's an influencer herself. She says, hey, if you want to get yourself seen on TV, just type the word TV in the comments below and we'll take care of you. And she got a tremendous response from this, but I just wanted to show you this cool example of how she created this little snippet for social media. So this is the Tech with Heart TV show. It's on Roku and Amazon Fire, which is connected TV. This is my show that I interviewed her on. So this is the little intro. I'm Michelle Calloway, your host for Tech with Heart. We're so delighted to have you with us today, as we are going to be discussing how to build a standout social media brand. Tech with Heart is all about empowering business professionals to be successful in the digital era, and social media is really where it's at when it comes to online visibility. So with us, we have a very special guest. Her name is Kate James, and I just want to let you know that she is the one that's going to help you make a huge shift in your online social media presence. And before I give her the stage, I just want to do a quick little introduction of her. She is the CEO and Chief Brand Strategist of the Personal Branding Consultancy, or otherwise known as the Branding Ninja. So welcome to the Tech with Heart stage. Hey, take it away.
Thank you, Michelle. I've actually never heard anybody actually do it.
So she's able to present this to her tribe that she's on TV. This is not just internet. This is actual streaming TV. Roku, Amazon Fire. All right. So another way that you can get yourself on TV and on radio is through infomercials and commercials. So I don't know if you recognize this guy over here. His name's Kevin Harrington. It's kind of faint, but he is actually the original creator of the infomercial. You ever heard the as seen on TV? Or infomercials started back in the era when there was cable networks took over regular network television, and there was like all this dead air time in the middle of the night around 2 a.m. And Kevin was the one that came up with these ideas to give entrepreneurs this platform to be able to show their products or their services in a way that was kind of like a commercial, but it was more informational. So that's why it's called infomercial. And he would give them that airtime for like dirt cheap. And he's also the original creator, one of the original sharks from Shark Tank. So if you create an infomercial about your business or even a commercial, and you get that put out there on podcast radio or TV, then you're setting yourself apart big time. And it's a great driving force for traffic to your website. And again, you want to make sure that your website, when people get there, that your website is designed in a way that it's clear, concise, pleasant to the eye, and easy to convert through those call to action buttons. And it also expands your target reach way beyond just social media advertising or Google advertising. This is now entering the realms of streaming TV and podcast radio. Podcast radio is exploding right now, and 70% of people are cutting the cord from cable network television and now watching all of their content on streaming devices like Roku and Amazon Fire and others. So it's a great way to expand your reach, and it also is a great way to differentiate yourself from other influencers that are doing a lot of really cool stuff that we mentioned before as well. So this takes things to the next level. This is that bling, bling, bling piece that I was talking about earlier. So if you are doing a great job online already and want to take it up a notch and boost your credibility and be seen as a celebrity, infomercials and commercials will help you attract those bigger clients. Now, number 7, speak at events. This is when you know you really, really hit the top level. If you can present or speak at a live event and be seen as an absolute rock star and celebrity in your industry. This is a great way for you to attract bigger clients and make a tremendous amount of sales. So the way you can get to speak at events is to be a guest speaker at somebody else's event. And because we're doing so much online these days, there's a lot of online summits happening where people were having in physical events. Now they've shifted them to be more online. You can reach out to some of those experts and ask them if be a good fit to present on their stage. As you build your credibility up and you start being seen as a bigger deal in your industry, when I mean a bigger deal, a higher level of influence, and you're crushing it in your business, then you actually can get paid to present and to speak on stages. Sometimes speakers make $20,000 to $50,000 to just show up and speak for 1 hour. That's called a featured speaker, a featured guest speaker. So yeah, that is possible, but in order to get up to that level, you may have to pay to play on some of these platforms and also at some live events when we go back to speaking at live events. So you want to more or less kind of pitch your speech. You create like a one sheet and you write emails to some of these event planners and see if you're a good fit and see if you can start getting on more stages, because that's where the real cha-ching starts happening. And TED Talks is another great platform. Did you know you can actually apply? That's how you get selected. You apply to speak at a TED Talk. And when you become a TED Talk speaker, oh wow, the gates just flood open for you to get more speaking gigs and get paid for them. All right, so now that we've addressed all 7 ways to build credibility online, the question for you is, how is your business doing? So now that we've addressed and suggested these 7 ways, what I want to do next is I want to show you how you can get started building some of these credibility pieces. All right, so if you are at the place in your business where you have an idea and a plan, but you just need help creating your brand identity, then I'm going to highly recommend that you reach out to Faith James. She is somebody that I trust, somebody that's completely qualified. She's been doing brand identity, brand strategies for well over multiple decades. And she's really a heart-centered, very caring individual that wants to see you be incredibly successful. So if you are at that phase and you need some guidance, she even has a book that she can hook you up with. Just go to faithjames.com and reach out to her. If you need her contact information, you can get a hold of me later too. I just wanted to give her a little shout out because I definitely recommend working with her. But if you are at the phase where you need help creating or updating your website and social media profiles, I have an offer for you. I have an offer that is pretty darn amazing. And the reason we've come up with this offer is because we, Revealio, have 30 years software development experience and marketing experience and media creation experience. And because of COVID, we have seen so many business owners struggle. Some of them are just really close to closing their doors, and we don't want to see that happen to you. So if you need any help either creating or updating your website, just pay attention real quick to this offer, okay? So the offer that we're going to make is that we will work with you to recreate or update any WordPress website. We'll create a website for you if you don't have one. WordPress is by far the superior platform for all website development. And we will include hosting and support, ongoing monthly support. We'll be at your beck and call. And we will include your certificate, security certificate, which sometimes is like close to hundreds of dollars, but we'll take care of that in your hosting. And we make sure that when we design your WordPress site that it's responsive, meaning that if somebody's looking at your website on a mobile device, it lays out perfectly to fit that mobile device. And we'll also design it so that it's super quick to load, which is what search engines like, and that means that it'll serve up your website quicker on or higher on ranking when it comes to other competitor sites. And it's also, we're going to design it knowing who your target market is, so that we're designing it in a way that it will attract those clients, not anybody, but just the ones that are a good fit for you. Oh, sorry, and we're going to create it so that you can, let's see, we'll go back one more, see, go back here. Oh, I have to start over, sorry. Oh, $500 down, this is what we're going to offer. We're going to design it in a way that you can edit it too. We're asking for $500 down and $150 a month. That is the offer that we're putting out there. Normally, we wouldn't be able to even offer anything less than $3,000 down. So this is significantly reduced because of the times that we're in right now. And we really, really, really are a heart-centered company, and we want to see you be successful. So for $500 down and then $150 a month every 30 days after that, we will provide all of that development for you, all of that security for you, all that ongoing support for you, hosting and training to teach you how to be able to edit any pages that you would like to edit, so that you have full control over the, any new things that come up. All of this is possible if you signed a 2-year contract with us, because as you see, those numbers are so low. We're looking at this being a long game so that we can support ourselves, so that we can support you. This is not a moneymaker for us. This is a pure passion project because of where we're at with this whole unpredictable time, and businesses just really hurting right now. So let us help you. If this is a good fit for you, you think, please reach out to us at info@revealio.com. Let me know you're interested in this offer, and I will set up a consultation with you so that I can learn a little bit more about you, so that we are sure that we are able to support you the way that you need to be supported. So please reach out to info@revealio.com. Now, if you are of the business structure where you have your structure, your foundations in place, and you just want those bells and whistles, and you want those ahas, like bling, bling, bling attractions for bigger clients, like celebrity status stuff, then please pay attention to this next offer. This is exciting. All right, so if you want more interviews and you want to be invited to speak at more events, then you should strongly consider this offer, because this offer is incredible. So we have a TV, news, and radio special offer that will give you a 10-minute infomercial on connected TV. Remember I was talking to you about people cutting the cord and now getting they're streaming their TV? Well, imagine having a 10-minute infomercial on connected TV, and we create the infomercial for you unless you already have one ready to go. So that is created for you and then broadcast on connected TV. And you can get a 30-second commercial, also will help you create if you don't have one already. And that will get broadcast on connected TV as well as podcast radio. So that means Spotify, iTunes, Alexa, iHeartRadio. I mean, so many platforms. Talk about mega reach, right? And high levels of credibility, because now you are being broadcast over the airwaves and then on streaming TV. And this package also includes a syndicated press release. Remember I talked earlier about a high level of press releases that will allow you to have video, images, and lots of links. Well, the syndicated press release lets you have all of that, plus it gets you featured on major news networks. So we're pretty much promising that you're going to get picked up by major news networks, because we're going to write the press release for you so that you can then brag that you've been featured on ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, and hundreds more. We'll even give you the logos so that you can put them on your website, so that you can say as featured on. And you can legitimately say that because this press release will be published on those major news networks online. So you can even include hyperlinks to the article that was published, so that you can validate that you are claiming you've been featured on these sources. So that is a power move, if I ever heard one before. And all of this is available to you. Normally it runs for $24.97. That's how much we normally sell this package for, because it's jam-packed full of value, as you could see. But for a very, very limited time, I'm talking this month only, we're going to be able to offer it to you for $997. That's like $1,500 off. If you feel that this is something you want to take advantage of, I highly recommend you do so, because once this offer and this price goes away, the value will still be available to you, but not at that low, low price. So go to revealio.com/news, go ahead and purchase it today, and we'll work together to fulfill that content and get that content created over the next couple of weeks and figure out what you want to put in that press release. But we help you, so it's easy peasy. You don't have to do the work, we do it for you. That's amazing. So we have even more bonuses we would like to throw into this package, just because we are feeling super generous during this whole COVID time. We really want to see you shine, shine, shine. And so bonus number 1 is a 30-day trial of Revealio's augmented reality marketing tool. Now, some of you on this webinar know that that is our flagship product. And if you have seen it in action, you probably were pretty amazed by it. Well, now you're going to get a 30-day trial of it. And for those of you who have not seen it, I'm going to show you an example. But what it does for you is it creates a positive, lasting impression on everybody that you come into contact with. And it influences more sales because they think that you are the absolute bee's knees. They think you are a thought leader. They think that you are a rock star. They see you as a celebrity, and you pretty much blow their minds. That's how awesome Revealio's augmented reality tool is. What the augmented reality is like a cousin of virtual reality, but it blends the two realms of physical and virtual without you having to leave your real world environment. So I'm going to show you an example of how augmented reality can make a business card essentially come alive with your virtual message, but you can use this technology on books, book covers, if you're an author. You can use it on postcards if you want to send something in the mail and have it come alive in somebody's living room. So let me just show you an example. And then again, if you have questions at the end of the webinar, we'll take your questions. Hi, Michelle Calloway here. I'm a speaker, author, and tech founder of Revealio, an augmented reality marketing tool that you're actually witnessing right now. If you love what you're seeing and think that there's incredible potential of using it in your business as a marketing tool, please tap on the website button. All right, so see how the actual video plays on top of the physical object when it's viewed through the mobile device. It's pretty spectacular. It's like Harry Potter, and it trips people out and they get so freaked out about it. And there's those call to action buttons on the right side that you can connect people to take instant action. So that is what augmented reality marketing is. That's what Revealio's flagship product is. You get that as a bonus. And let's go on to the next slide. And another bonus is that you will get a lifetime business directory listing on my television producers platform called Raven TV Deals. So you can actually get even more SEO for free as part of our bonus. And you can put videos of your business product service in action on her site. And for bonus number 3, we're going to take it to the next level even more. And if you have ever presented on stage, we will take a 7 to 15 minute section of your signature presentation of you presenting on a stage, and we will put it on our new Short Talk TV channel on streaming TV. And this is similar to like TED Talk, but on TV. So if you have done a signature presentation at that level, we will broadcast it as part of our free bonus to you for just purchasing this TV package. And again, I mentioned to you, it's for a very limited time. We're going to sell this package for only $997, but this is a quick action. You're going to want to go ahead and jump on this before this price goes away. Go to revealio.com/news if you're interested in taking advantage of that. Like I said, we work together to create the content. I just ask you questions, we build it, and you get all of that publicity. It's pretty darn amazing. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and open up for Q&A. I'm going to put it on this. If you have any questions, just reach out to us at info@revealio.com. But Kathy, is there any questions in the comments section or the chat box that we can address?
No, there aren't any at this time.
Okay, great. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us at info@revealio.com, and we'd be more than happy to address your questions. If you are interested in that website offer, just reach out to us here and let us know you're interested in the website offer. If you're interested in that media package, just go to revealio.com/news, and that gets you in the news, gets you on TV and on podcast radio for only $997. That is a mega pack filled with publicity and credibility. So I hope you found this information valuable, and we will send you a replay. And thank you so much for joining us today. And here's to your success. Take care.